There we go. That's awesome. There we go. Let me know if you can hear me, if you don't mind. But no worries either way. Get some of those credits. Good morning, everybody. Bright and early. The sun is still coming up. All right. Seem like anybody wants to roll a leveling. So we'll just roll one ourselves. All right. Ah. I should eat some food. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning, whatever you're doing, whether you're waking up or getting off work or still at work. And where is my food? Hmm. Hmm. Balance for days.
Which dungeons drops materia?
So far, I've seen it in the level 70 stuff, but I hear it actually happens a lot more than just that, which is great, in my opinion. So, I would venture to say the new ones, but I haven't personally paid attention to if it's not in the before 70 stuff.
Think the prices would drop later?
Yes. The more materia keeps getting pumped into the market, the only thing that's going to drive the price up is demand. So if there's a huge demand, then you're going to see the prices remain steady or increase. So it's a simple matter of supply and demand. As more materia gets pumped in the market, as more people hit 70s, as they run those dungeons, and as that materia enters into the market, whether they just decide not to use it for themselves, then yeah, you'll see the prices drop. As prices drop, less people will sell it. More people will use it on themselves. Thus,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. So. Oh, come on. Yeah, I remember back in the day, grade 5 Matera, like you could get it for, you could sell it for 700, 800,000. And then as more people were obtaining it and putting it in the market, I mean, the prices just fell with it being more common in Stormblood, you know, the prices seem where I'm like, yeah, I might just go actually buy some. Usually I just use my own, but super combo.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Will. How are you doing today, sir?
So still haven't gotten the controller thing down. It's just so different, but haven't given up on it yet.
What jobs are you playing? Or job? And it's also there is definitely a learning curve because if you're not used to it, you gotta have to translate. Like how I usually do it like this, and then it's like, okay, how do I do it now on a controller? Plus, there is just so much you can do.
Bard and RDM.
Okay. Now, I need to spend more time on Red Mage, but yeah, I'm gonna hope. Oh man, we lost our healer. Red Mage can raise, right? Oh, good.
Yeah, just with Savage coming in, I'm very used to keyboard and mouse, and it will take some time to learn with the controller as well.
Yeah, your best.
Savage coming out though, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, that's probably always usually a better bet. I'd recommend. Yeah, make sure you have that feel. Targeting is the most critical, in my opinion, because if you'll get frustrated if you're like, I just want to target you, especially if it's an intense moment. Excuse me. But yeah, you want to try to take advantage of your extended cross-hop bar and your double cross-hop bar, especially with any of those buffs. Any of those things that you usually use as kind of like one-offs and have a cooldown, those are real valuable in that area. Let's see here. I can switch over to Bard after this just to look at Bard at level 50, but... And hopefully movement feels better for you as well, because it's, at some point the trade-off needs to be more than just, a kind of horizontal. Like if at the end of the day you're like, I enjoy this just as much, then it's like, well, that was kind of a lot for kind of a horizontal sidestep versus like actual, like, okay, yeah, now I feel like I can play the game and enjoy it more because of kind of whether it's comfort or... Oh, yummy. Just as a, I guess just an update, one of the things we're doing from a streaming perspective is working on building out our Twitch following. If you're watching us here on YouTube, thanks so much. We do have a link in the description below the video to be able to find us on Twitch. Oh man, that's awesome, Will. But yeah, if you guys don't mind giving us a shout or a shot on Twitch, that'd be great. We'd love to see you there and have you watch us on that platform. Because at some point, we don't have a date yet, but we will be doing just our streams exclusively on Twitch at that point. but we always love the support. And that's, man, Will, that's awesome. Red Mage is on my list, but it's just not there yet. I am still working on the Dark Knight. As you can see, I'm 68, which is great. Almost to 69. Yeah. Had to lead them. I was like, there's no way I'll get this off before they get past me.
Twitch, let me watch it there.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, yeah, the link is in the description below. Yay! That's exactly what we're hoping it will be.
Okay, on Twitch now.
Oh, well, thank you and howdy. There we go. And thank you so much, Will, for following us here on Twitch. Appreciate that, dude. I don't know why I did that accidentally. It's like even this boss fight's like voice acted and Omega Delta is not, and that's a miss in my opinion. It's got a lot of confidence for somebody who cannot win. Thank you all. Oh yeah, I got the calm. almost 69, man. This is happening today. Maybe. Let's see here. Let's just knock these things out. Short and quicks.
So unfair tanks / healers get cracked clusters through roulettes. LOL.
Hmm? Is that, I guess, at 70? Is that the... Man. What? There we go. I just do it for the quick cues.
When you're 70, you will get cracked clusters for the adventure in need thing, which gets grade 6 materia.
Oh, man. Thank you. Heck freaking yes. Oh, I guess we'll just go ahead and beat this guy down.
Yeah, there's no cap on it. The tanks in my FC just run it over and over, it seems.
There you go. That's the incentive. Yoshi P talked about some new kind of incentive. There you go. And that seems like a heck of an incentive. Because then you can use it for yourself, or you can put it on the market and make that money. We just need more things to buy on the markets. I just sit on money and I'm like, all right. I don't know. Need more motivation. Oh, putting us all to sleep, are we?
I travel to Boston today, so got a game while I can now.
Oh man, good old Boston.
I don't see coffee.
I mean, try to put it in the camera. But good point, very. Welcome, Pitbull. I like the name. Pitbull Plays Stuff. Yeah. Run. Oh man, we lost the healer. I thought these guys were just gonna blow up. Yeah, that's what I thought they would do. How you doing this morning, Pitbull? So are you going to Boston for work, Will, or... I used to have to go up there for work. They'd only send me up there like in February. It's like every year. It's like, we gotta go to Boston. So can we go in like July? Or heck, like even like May?
Visit my husband. He's up there for training for his job. It's some leadership course or something.
Okay. Well, hopefully that sounds like a fun trip. Sounds like he's got to work, but whatever.
Good morn.
Good morning. Huh.
Yep, mini vacation for me.
Yay, that's great. That is great. Boom. Hi. Thanks, Draley. Yeah. Thanks so much for following us over here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow. And A-Dog, dude. Good morning. For a super special, just early morning stream. Oh no, Mike. Oh no. Oh well. Oh yeah. Boom shakalaka. Okay. That didn't really give me much in terms of XP, but okay. I'll take it. DPS. Hey guys. Venture in need. DPS. Can't say it doesn't happen. Let's see here. I'll do this.
Just started FF14 last night, so addicted.
Oh, dude, welcome so much. Welcome to 14. That's fantastic. What did you decide to start as? Like race and in class?
Yeah, for trial,
job?
the one no one does.
Well, they're afraid of getting the royal menagerie.
And welcome.
And a dog. I don't know if you have a Twitch, but one of the things we're trying to do is build out our kind of live stream over
Lala
on Twitch.
God race.
And that's what we actually do a multi-stream right now, but we'll be moving to a Twitch. If you don't mind, and no worries if you don't want to, but we do have a link in the description below for anybody in YouTube or Mixer who wants to check out our stream on Twitch. So anyway, just a friendly, like every 30-minute reminder. But I'm so excited that you are.
XIV yesterday as well.
Oh, nice.
Liking it so far. I haven't moed since Guild Wars 1.
Well, man, we got so many new, fresh faces. Welcome to 14. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the game. We do have, like, on YouTube, like, some kind of beginner, getter, starter guides, etc., etc. But, you know what? It's just, you can always ask me live as well, because I like to help out new, and really anybody, any players, but I find it such a rewarding game.
Been watching your YouTube videos, lol, almost all of them.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for, and then, hey, thanks for hanging out here too. That's great. Dodge and weave, dodge and weave.
The videos do help as it's kind of confusing staring off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the things I was even talking about with one of my friends, and she was saying, like, like we've come up through this game as it's kind of developed. So it's like, hey, they've introduced this new system or they've introduced this new dungeon. And it's like, hey, we've kind of like grew up with it in that way. And so sometimes it's like when you think about it, like imagine starting today. Like, so we try to take that kind of mental, oh man, I'm at IMP. Take that mental kind of approach of like, hey, if you were starting today and you knew nothing of the game's history and how it evolved, and sometimes it's like it can be very intimidating. It can, it's like, oh my gosh, like how do you balance all that? Ah.
With a few new Civ viewers here, ATM, myself included, I'd ask what would your suggestion be from a melee DPS point of view? Which role would you recommend as being beginner friendly? Miko TE Archer. And good morning BTW.
Good morning. So melee DPS, like if you're just like you want that up close and personal, you know, in your face kind of damage dealer. Honestly, I'm hearing a lot of good things about. You got Monk, you've got Ninja's a little bit not so much user friendly. Dragoon, but at the end of the day, like Dragoon can, you know, like at the end game, I'm hearing that they need some adjustments.
Yeah, the vids help a lot.
So, but earlier on, like I've, you know, like I haven't had any issues with Monk
everyone.
or Dragoon. The good morning SL Tutorials. The I'm trying to think. Like, honestly, like for me, I'm so much a caster that it's like I would say, or anything else, like I would recommend, you know, Bard or Archer as a really good. It's a physical, you know, you consider it like before they had the range DPS. You consider it. I'd consider it a melee DPS. It gets you a lot of mobility. It gets you a lot of utility, especially later on. They return its movement.
I haven't tried it since then.
My Monk is my lowest job, but it's like I do enjoy kind of how they have it with the combos of that nature. And trying to think, like the thing is, I hear Samurai is really rewarding. It starts at 50, but it is also more complex. Like, so you know when you kind of take the time to learn the various facts about it, like it is going to be a technical job, but it well worth the reward. Dragoon's supposed to somewhat be that, but even Andrew with Gamerscape, who I did a podcast with over there,
just got done with my coffee.
Oh, good. I need to actually refill my coffee. I'll do that after this dungeon. But I know a lot of people, they like Monk, they like Dragoon, they like Samurai. Like, I'm hearing that there's just a lot of good, and we'll probably see some adjustments this next week. That we have a live letter tomorrow with Yoshi P. So we do have Savage rating starting next Tuesday, which I think will be a good.
But I cannot get Stormblood yet until it is discounted.
Yeah.
I might get more money on my account, but
Well, and that's a really good point, SL Tutorials, and it's actually fine. Like, until you're at level cap, you really don't need the expansion.
Letter, but I'll catch up on Reddit.
Yeah. I think, hopefully, well, I'll either be covering it, but if my wife, who is pregnant, I don't know if any of you know that.
To the game, just wanted to know if I was to start on crafting, which one would you recommend to start with?
What is your main on a battle? Like, what do you want to play? Like, so that I answer the crafting question with the question about what do you main on your battle, because I look at crafting more as a cheap way to do repairs.
There is just too many good role options. I can easily see myself playing all of them. Congrats to you and your wife BTW.
Thank you. So we could be having a baby any day, and which is awesome. And so, if it's today, then I think Chris will be trying to cover the live letter, and if it's not, then I'll try to cover the live letter, and we'll go from there. And then we'll do something where it's kind of like, because I'll probably be out of pocket for at least a week or two. You might see me. I've got a couple of guides and stuff that I've got prepped. I just got to finish for the 70 jobs, which in this case would be Scholar right now, because I already kind of put Summoner out. I got more thoughts and more stuff that I want to kind of do maybe on Summoner later, but I just, I like to kind of get a real good feel.
I am not gonna start crafting until I hit LV cap on a couple of class. Congrats on the baby.
Thank you. So, anyway, so for like, I would look at whatever gear.
Dragoon.
Okay.
Are you on DK ATM? Sorry, completely new to FFXIV.
Playing the Dark Knight right now. About to hit level 69, which is great. Get them. My goal is to get him to cap.
Just visited my friend last night who just had a baby girl. He had ACL surgery and she had an emergency C-section, so brought them dinner so they could take it easy. You
are an all-star for doing that for them. That is the last year, right after kind of we started the channel, like August 8th is our anniversary when we started Work the Game. And so in September, my wife had to have brain surgery. She had a tumor in her pituitary. I mean, so it's the kind, I guess, the kind where you want it, but still, it was pretty daggum scary. And then in November, I had to have my gallbladder out like really quickly, and so we kind of just got hit back to back last year with some medical stuff. So for your friend who had an emergency C-section, I'm so glad she's okay. So glad the baby's okay. And obviously the ACL is no laughing matter. That is, I didn't hurt my ACL, but I tore out my MCL back in high school. Back in the day, Texas football, y'all. and so I'm glad that they're doing okay, and that's really sweet of you to do that for them because, yeah. Oh no. Right,
congrats to you and the missus on your newborn.
Thank you. Anyway, I haven't done my, I guess, every 10 minutes now, like update. Like if you guys are checking us out on YouTube, we do have a Twitch page. That's what we're also streaming right now as well.
Yeah,
you can check us out in the description.
Won't be able to continue.
Oh no!
This is his 4th surgery. The other 3 were to set bones back in his legs.
Oh my gosh, that is just that makes me sad. Sorry, man. Hopefully he will find something that he enjoys doing as well. But yeah, anyway, so like if you guys are watching us on YouTube, we'd encourage you to check us out on Twitch for future live streams. We'll be kind of doing that as a streaming platform, you know, just because we want to respect your feed on YouTube. Don't want to just fill it up with past live streams. So we've kind of turned off like the archiving. You can still find them, but they're unlisted. And yeah, you can kind of check out, you know, us on Twitch, and that's really kind of what, you know, it's going to kind of where we're going to be. It just kind of makes sense. It just kind of makes sense. But man, I'm loving that we got so many new players to 14 just on the stream alone.
She works IT like me, so she travels a lot. He's gonna be able to be a stay-at-home dad now.
Nothing wrong with it, man. It is a sacrifice to, like, I look at Julie and I'm like, you know, I'm actually started my own company, and so I work from home, and so Julie's a stay-at-home mom, and it's tough. Like even when I'm here, it's like, you know, sometimes it's nice because I can kind of go in and give her a little break from a top, because we have a 3-year-old, and so we'll have a new one, and it's like, yep, hanging out with kids, man. They're awesome, but oh, I should probably move.
I will check out your Twitch for sure.
Oh, thank you very much, A-Dog. If I'm mispronouncing it, any of y'all's names in the stream, just let me know what I can call you. Some people I just struggle with. And so you can just say, hey, do this. It's funny because it's like I've been doing and talking about this game and doing podcasts and stuff for so long that, you know, it's like people are like, man, you're not really good with words. I'm like, yeah,
just
you would think that.
Will, LOL, it's easier.
You got it, Will. Boom.
You can call me Janet.
Well, hello, Janet. So how is everybody doing this fine morning?
Damn it, Janet. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Love that song.
Boom.
I am fine, Ty. So is Dark Knight still a decent tank since 4.0? Still a fairly new player and playing Warrior right now, but want to play Dark Knight once I get to the HW content.
So
also Texas represent.
Yeah, represent Texas, South Side, Gulf Coast, baby.
Go ahead KIYIN8 forcing the whole song. You forgot some parts.
The Dark Knight I like a lot. It became my main tank in 3.0. In 2.0 I was a main tank paladin. So like when I say main tank, like I like to have one of the 3 roles that I kind of focusing on. So I'll play like a tank, a healer, and a DPS.
Tanks. Warriors are in a slightly rough spot, but can still do all content.
I'm hearing paladin is come back in massive prominence. Me too, man. Before I get to work, got plenty to do today. It's gonna be a busy day. So I'm taking Dark to 70, and then I'm gonna work on Paladin, and then eventually Warrior. They were gonna make some adjustments to Dark just from the some of the changes, but Dark went from Warrior went from hyper prominence to not, and that's always a bummer, especially if you only main one. But as somebody who has got all the tanks and healers, I really feel like I can pick. It's like, okay, well, this seems more interesting now than not, but. I'm liking Dark Knight. I'm not 70 yet, so I don't feel like I have a full opinion about what is the best at the moment, but
I was bummed I
like
had to be 30 to be DRK.
Yeah, well, not just 30, but you have to literally also clear the main story, and that's the one, I think, big mistake of Heaven's Word that they corrected in Stormblood that I wish they would have also then kind of corrected that path with it, because it would have been great if at 30, and you had Heaven's Word, you could play a Dark Knight and play it through the Heaven's Word the 2.0 content. But they did learn that they did learn, and they made that change, but still hasn't changed that fact of it's not 30. It's you got to get and by the time you do it, you'll end up being like 53. Yeah. My friend who is a paladin, and he only has a PS3 and he can't play anymore right now until he gets either a computer.
Janet, I love you. The road was long, but I ran it. Janet, there's a fire in my heart and you fan it. Janet, if there's one fool for you, then I am it.
Well done, well done. Oh, I love when people mark. All right, there's the level 69. Yay!
Well, let the pre-flight drinking begin, LOL.
Woohoo! Are you a nervous flyer?
I hate planes.
Yeah, I'm a nervous get to the airporter. Like once I get to the gate, I relax, and it drives my wife nuts.
Yes.
But it's it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm sitting here just like. Soon as I'm like, all right, I'm at the gate. I can get some coffee, or I can just kind of relax. That's when life is good. But until then, and so I'll be like, I like to get to the airport earlier.
And landing, the bumping around and stuff.
We here in the DFW area, they finally let this airport called Love Field, which has Southwest Fly Direct.
Have you ever EverQuest 2 work to game?
No, I do have a friend who actually plays this game with us from occasion, who was big into EverQuest 1 and 2, and so I get all kind of my EverQuest thoughts on it because he's like, oh yeah, they did this in this in EverQuest, but personally, I've never played EverQuest. So that's... I've played WoW, Guild Wars 2. What was that one that came out that was kind of future-y and spacey? Man, what was it? They were like, we're never gonna have like less than 40-man hardcore raids. Why am I drawing a blank on it?
WildStar.
WildStar, thank you so much. Appreciate the assist. So I played that and enjoyed it, but it's like with WildStar, with Guild Wars, with these games, like, you know, nothing against them negatively, because, you know, I'm just a fan of games in general, but the fact that I can play 14 with a controller is my ideal setup. It feels more comfortable to me, and especially like with even WildStar and even with Guild Wars, I'm like, guys, like, this is a fantastic way to use a controller.
I haven't played an MMO since Vanilla WoW.
Oh wow, that is a while.
I played EQ1.
Oh, nice. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XI. That was kind of my introduction to MMOs.
Was the stuff back in the day.
Hardcore, man. It, like, you know, what was it? Like, I beat the Creeper, the Sleeper, or something like that. I know some barely of the memes, but not enough to be legit.
Man.
Good limit break. Come on, get over here.
I seen FF14 and got that mo itch.
It's a good MMO, man. It's a good game, even if it's like outside of the online, you know, aspect of it, which is important. Up for a challenge, 10K. Thank you very much for the money. It's important, guys, if you guys haven't done it, like especially all you new guys, is to unlock your challenge log. It's just going to feed you experience and gil for doing what you're naturally already doing. It's the name in and of itself. Oh, thanks, Rosalez, for following us here on Twitch. I appreciate that. That is awesome. We're glad to have you. But your challenge log, it's unlocks around level 15 in Limsa Lamenza. I think it's either up for a challenge.
Mount yet?
I'm so close. I am so close. Let me go to my currency here. Under my, yep, so almost just shy of 50K. You know, a little bit plus, maybe like 60, a little less than 60. And so I can get my anywhere mount, which would be great. Let's see here, duty, logs. So, like, run dungeons, use your roulettes, guild hests, do guild hests, PvP. You know, it's like you're gonna get, and it's gonna feed you with experience and gil, And it just, and the challenge log in and of itself is just more like, here's this weekly reset. So it resets every week on a Tuesday, and it's just going to help feed you with guilt. I mean, just even voting for a party. Hey, thank you, Genshin.
Hi, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Frabzilla?
All of your tutorials.
Oh man,
we learned a lot from you.
Thank you, appreciate that, Frabzilla. I love the name. Thank you for letting me say Frabzilla in the morning. Every morning should start off with saying fun, interesting words that make you laugh. All right. So I did say coffee is a part of the title of the stream, and I just ran out. So I'm gonna go make myself a fresh cup, and I'll be right back. And let me guys know, like again, we're kind of there's a lot of new people here. So when I get back, hopefully we got a lot of fun little questions.
Off 1 million. But I was taking about Kamui.
Clickbait. Yeah, man. Where's the coffee? Clickbait. Come on. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'll see you guys in a second.
I like ice black coffee. I like coffee and Kahlua. Face with tears of joy. BOI. I like black coffee as well, but it depends on the type. I enjoy black with 2 sugar, please. True, only drink a cup a day, rarely though. I need to go get some things done in Second Life. Like in the morning when I'm off. Hello, I just started playing a week ago as Marauder. Any tips on how/when to use limit break in low LVL dungeons? Or is it not that important?
All right, I am back, and I've got some questions that I have seen that you guys are talking about. No problem. Before we, I guess I'll just jump in and dive into the comments here just real quick. Fresh cup of coffee. I drink my coffee black, sometimes with just a little, sometimes just with a little butter.
Is tank, so let the DPS use limit break. Usually DPS uses them.
I would say from a limit break perspective, I'm very opinionated about them. If you run the dungeon and you beat it and nobody uses a limit break, you should totally limit break after beating the final boss out of, I guess, frustration. Because my wife knows this, and so she limit breaks for me all the time. Once it's full, there's no extra filling up. So if you're at 1 bar and you're at the beginning of the dungeon,
no get limit break. Never
Thanks.
No tank every limit break.
There are exceptions to when tanks limit break, and that's rare. So I think the fear people have is like, oh, I don't want to use it unless it's the thing. If you're pretty much in a 4-man dungeon, yeah, real butter. Usually the grass fed stuff. Julie likes to order that stuff. Anyway, so it's like with that all
black with butter.
Black with butter. pretty much. It's called bullet coffee.
A12S or die.
Yeah, there you go. But the thing is, I also see a lot of people sit on the limit break, especially from a DPS perspective. Like you could see like big pools with a lot of ads. Use it. Like, you know, there's not really a kind of, especially in 4-man dungeon content, there's really not this savage mode where you really want to have to hold on to it. But I still see people sit on it all the time and never use it. I do this in place of breakfast. One of the things, like I'm overweight and working on my weight, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know how to lose weight. I am losing it, but I'm
ranged not. Usually wait for melee to use limit break, but they never do. LOL.
They never do, and it's like, so my wife is a bard, and so she'll always like, yep, I'm just using it, and it's like, baby, I love you, thank you, because it's like once it's full, there's no like 102%. Now with 2 bars, yeah, you got room to fill up. I think a lot of people sometimes are like, oh, I'm gonna get more. But I often find that we beat the boss before we even get to 2 if your DPS is rock solid.
LB3 all the time.
LB3, man, is where it's at. But I find that I do butter, bullet coffee, buttered coffee for breakfast to help kind of kick off the good old metabolism.
I main tank and accidentally hit LB3 in Lakshmi dash.
So anyway, for anybody who's here checking us out on YouTube, be sure to check the link in the description. We are streaming also on Twitch and Mixer at the same time. So we would love to have you actually all in one place,
Red
and that's
Mage
Twitch.
LB3 almost gave me a seizure. Thank you for the answer. That sounds like I experience it. Never seen anyone else use it besides me.
Yeah.
Red Mage LB3 is a bit much.
It just is kind of like, so if there's ever a video I'll ever make just on like another beginner's guide, like if you're DPS, just drop that, just drop it off.
I level my Dark Knight, but they seem kind of intimidating with all their skills. I Warrior and Paladin pretty well, but I have trouble figuring out what to do as a DK.
Dark Knight's great. I'll be putting out, I have like a level 60 guide, obviously before the battle system changes, but as far as it goes, you're a tank. You've got a couple main, rotations, spinning slash, power slash. That's your hate building combo. And XIV, you got your siphon strike and soul eater. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The big one is unleash, which is your AOE. I always kind of say from a tank perspective, keep the hate. Just keep the hate. And so it's like, for every enemy you got, like unleash. So if it's like 2 or 3 enemies, like do it 2 or 3 times. And then go into your, this is what I consider my DPS rotation, main, siphon strike, and then soul eater. Hello.
Would you prefer I watch on Twitch?
I would prefer everybody on Twitch. It helps our Twitch presence. That's where we're going to be streaming.
And not to use dark arts.
Yeah. Dark arts is this great ability that enhances your base abilities, right? So like for power slash, art is going to increase your enemy aggro. There we go. And so with it, you're going to find that if you lose hate, you can get it back with a little dark arts power slash, but also starting out, especially on a boss, like you dark arts power slash, and boom, you're going to be so well in the lead, you can pretty much DPS through the rest of it. Obviously, you just kind of keep a track of your party and your meters.
Parses, Brian?
I have not yet, but I'm hearing again, Paladin is in prominence. See, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this. Yeah, anyway. Come on, Yoshi P. Just bring in... All you need, Yoshi P, is to, at the end of the dungeon, give you some stats like you do in PvP, tell you how you did, and give you a personal score that compares you to you over the course of the times that you're in the dungeon. So that way you can see if you're improving. It's not about comparing to each other. It's about comparing to yourself and your own past history. Hopefully... we will see it. And how's it going? Dude? Oh yeah. Hey, hopefully I shot you an email again, Dawn. So hopefully you got
Great
that.
Idea.
And that hopefully makes sense for you. See here, and then anyway, so that's kind of like you have that, and then so also other things that get enhanced.
Helps people learn and get better.
You can see that this, is an AoE skill, which is great, and you can enhance it with Dark Arts. So I have buff Dark Pass, and so if we go, I probably just need to switch out that macro. With the changes, one of the things I'm finding is I don't need so many macros, which is great. So like with Dark Passenger, okay, it's just like kind of in front of you, potency
2.6K
100.
is a MT third top DPS.
Woohoo! That's incredible. That is incredible. Go Paladin.
I feel like a better Paladin cuz of WORK2GAMA.
Oh, thanks, Rosa. So you can see that like the Dark Arts not only increases potency but adds an additional effect, in this case blind. So you can Dark Passenger, apply a blind. We did have Dark Dance, which was evasion. You could enhance it, but you don't have it anymore. And with that, basically you were an evasion tank where they could never touch you, and so that was just kind of thing. So it's about just when to use it. The MP management with this, because Dark Dark Side in and of itself is great. Like you can. But it's not going to continually drain your MP like it used to do, but it doesn't allow you to have that refresh ability. So you're going to need to be getting your MP through Blood Price and Siphon Strike, as well as any other kind of party effects that help with that as well. There we go.
What are your thoughts on Machinist?
I wish I had more Machinist. I haven't even named it.
Have Grit and Dark Side on now, or are there times when I need to turn one or the other off?
So that's a great question. Grit is going to be your tank stance. You can see here that like my Machinist is only level 30, and
Mock
it's
is
just
still
one of
in
the
the
ones that
game?
I don't care about.
I never see any.
They're really powerful. They're fun to play in PvP, from what I hear. I've been working on Bard. But so Grit is your tank stance, and that allows you, to build up hate. The times when you start to have a confidence and you have that hate, heads up, you can turn it off because you can't use Blood Weapon when you're in it. But Blood Weapon, man, makes you so much. It is fast. Like you turn that on, and you'll see you can just kind of rotate. So actually, rather than talk about it, let's just head back to Mist real quick. I'll show you. So you become the trick is obviously Grit gives you that defensive buff. It gives you that hate buff. You always want to make sure that you're starting it off in Grit from a tank perspective, and then as you have that confidence, that lead that that Tank Buster's not coming up, then you can sit here and drop it for Blood Weapon. So with Blood Weapon, it's so super fast. I'm not going to do too much, but you can see that boom, boom. It's like the global cooldown is drastically reduced, so you have this great capacity for doing DPS.
So it's like switching to Vengeance when I have enough hate on my warrior.
Pretty much. Boom. And so with it, and then it's off, and then you turn back Grit on, and so then you go and you can see it's much slower now. And so that's why I set up my.
I've been getting it up there. It's 64 and takes 25-minute Ks.
I would recommend Palace of the Dead or even PvP. Befriend a tank. It's like make sure hey, you tank for me, I'll tank for you, kind of thing.
Low spot. Probably is Bard can do everything they can do better with a much easier rotation. For as compulsated as Mock is, they need to bring a lot more to the table.
So you can see my Bard is just 50, so I don't have too much, and I haven't even quested all the abilities yet. As you can see, I don't have access to them. And so with that, it's you get this, it's a really good job. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. So one of the changes I made for Julie was I moved this here, and I moved that. I kind of put my AoEs in one place. I can turn this off because it's on my double cross. I love that I can move around again. But repelling shot doesn't actually add any extra damage. So there's a lot they removed a lot of the weave management out of Bard for this.
Info. I'm gonna start working on DK after I get Pally to 70.
Yeah, after I get Dark to 70, I'm gonna be working on Paladin as well. Let's see here. I'm not in combat. What the deuce? It still thinks I'm in combat.
I bought the 60 boost for my Bard. No hate, please.
No hate at all, man. It's your money. The there we go. I've been debating on getting it.
Warrior at those, so who knows when that will be. LOL.
So here's my character sheet. Bard, Machinist, Ninja, and Pugilist, which will become Monk, are my low ones. But I've got Summoner, Scholar right now at 70, Dark Knight's almost to 70, and then I'll keep working on the tanks and healers. You know, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I think probably sometime by the time of patch 4.1 or 4.2, I should be fairly confident. I have at the same time, just for the channel, thinking about like, hey, what is it like buying a potion and a story skip for like an alternate, you know, character that I have. I've debated on doing like that, just so I can show people perspective. Let's see here. But there was a question earlier, and I don't know if I answered it fully, talking about like what to level first, and
there was zero way I was leveling Bard without killing myself.
Is that you want to level and look for a craft that you can immediately start repairing your gear. So that could be goldsmith, like for your right side for all your accessories. That could be armor for your, like if you're you said you're a dragoon, so for that, or it could be leatherwork for belts. You know, blacksmith weapons. Find something that's going to add some value.
I leveled Bard 1 to 60 in Palace in 3 days. Yeah, I'm insane.
Way to go, Will. That's it. That's awesome. That is awesome. Tip of the hat to you.
I unlocked the Paladin class so that way I can unlock the Samurai as I level up my White Mage. That way I have a tank, healer,
DPS. That's my recommendation. Once you have
then tank, then DPS.
The tank, then healer, then DPS. That's my recommendation. That's how I roll. Like I usually focus on one tank, one healer, and one DPS, and those become my mains. So that way I have that flexibility.
I play strictly healer and am looking to go into a DPS role. Monk and Summoner look interesting to play. What would you recommend?
If you're interested in Summoner, I would play Summoner because you get both a healer and you get a Summoner with it. And I don't know how long that's going to go. I don't think we'll see that in 5.0. I don't want Summoner, I want Scholar. I'll do an expert roulette before we end the stream today, and I get to work. Yay, work. If you guys are joining us on YouTube, in the description below, you should see a link for our Twitch page, which we're also streaming at right now. Chaotic. Would love to have you over on Twitch.
I really enjoy the Bard job, so it wasn't that bad. Honestly, I can't really do it with any other job. That's how I knew what I wanted to main. That's good, glad you had fun at least, Kian.
Oh, okay. And here we go.
I've been tanking since Burning Crusade, so it was an easy choice for me, lol.
Yeah.
I'm like 1 or 2 runs from my red mage hitting 60 and it's so much torture right now.
It can be.
I wish the paladin had a fairy that he can summon so I can feel like Link from Zelda. Not enjoying it half as much, but it's a fun job. Stuff just blows up. I heard Scholar got nerfed. Is it really that bad?
I don't feel like it's that bad. I don't think it matches the power of like the White Mage, and that's okay in my opinion. All right. Now, like, I need to probably like do my macro and switch to get eye for an eye, but I like it.
I'm looking for static RN, but I'm bad at games, so rip me.
you know, but and I've taken Scholar through the Delta Scape and didn't have any issues. Now, the real test is going to be how does the job fare in Savage content. That's really where it's at. And we'll have a better picture of that here in a little bit. And the other
I think most people think their job needs to be the best because that's what they play. I main Bard and know my DPS will be lower than other non-support DPS. I bring more to the table though, I think.
Yeah. You kind of hit the nail on the head.
So
not that
killers limit break, or should they? I don't
Yes.
even have limit break on bar because I didn't know what it did. LOL, I know I'm such a noob.
It's okay, man. There's nothing wrong with being a noob as long as you're interested in learning, you know, and that's the most thing. It's like, it's not a matter that you didn't know. It's like, once you know, then you use. Now, I set up my double cross hotbar to have, if you see right here with the right trigger, L trigger, this is shared across all my jobs. So here I have limit break,
Of getting my astral
my
up
book.
there. They are in God position right now. Every job has a job, hee hee.
Pretty much every job is a job. Whoop, man. All right.
Healer LB only when needed. LB3 raises everyone.
Yeah, and that's really important. Come on, Cass. I keep getting interrupted. There we go. That's what I get for talking.
Pretty much. You may not pull top DPS or heal the easiest, but SCH have a fairy that can do a lot of cool things.
Very. No protect for the guys who run out of...
Okay, cool. We'll be looking about putting LB in my bar then.
There we go. Yeah, you always want to have access to it.
Last night.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Pretty great.
I still need to do some math on the damage fall off from Bane, the changes they made there. Because it's like, is it faster or easier or just better just to reapply?
When you skip Sums for Shoal and watch Brian Good Days.
Howdy, howdy. Summer school,
LOL.
man. Don't skip. Don't get yourself in trouble, man. You need to... your education
I think the only job
and
that
career is
is in need of
important.
serious help is Mock. They just don't bring anything to the table that a bard can't do better. Possibly Dragoon because they're in the same spot. The other
Anything
melee
you can
classes
do, I can do
everything
better.
than they
I
at
can
the
do
moment.
anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. I love musicals. So be careful. Very careful. Tread lightly, gentlemen and ladies. So I love musicals, but I'm not musically inclined.
I don't understand how all races can be any class. Wouldn't a Keeper of the Moon be better for a mage than a Seeker of the Sun?
You can make
I've
it
been
anything
enjoying
you
leveling
want, which
my
is
white
nice.
Mage in the main story. Only level 31, but it's been fun. DRG is tether bitch now.
Okay. Good. Oh, yeah. Yes.
So when you switch to playing a new class, you change your clan as well. Sorry, I'm really new to FF14.
No, you don't. You can switch your class at any time.
Bard, LOL.
Thank you. So you can make it more just kind of a lore thing. You can change your job at any time.
You just change your weapon.
Yes. And that's all it is.
You stay the same character.
Yeah. And there's benefit and disadvantage. From a lore perspective, I know a lot of people like, oh, this class just works with this race. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can do it that way. But from the game's design perspective, it actually makes a lot more sense just to kind of just change and, it's like, and be cool with it.
I think it's a great design because you don't have to have 12 characters.
Yeah.
You just have.
Well, you don't have to also keep going through the story, etc.
Thanks for the tips.
Hey, no problem, man.
I am surprised in all your beginner guides, Brian. No explaining character sets SMH.
No explaining character sets. Like oh man, ouch. Like the gear sets.
By Bracha /.
Yeah, see you, Bracha. Thanks for hanging out.
Yet.
That's a good point. Like, I should probably do a beginner's guide on gear sets and things like that. So thank you so much for the recommendation. I will see if I can get something out this month on that. That'd be good. Oh my gosh. Ah. Finding a safe space. Oh man, they wrecked you hard.
Laughing face, I feel useful.
Yeah, but don't sacrifice your summer school and your education for a stream, man. I think we'll be doing plenty of these. Seems like people seem to like them. If you're watching us on YouTube, here's the regular reminder that you should be sure to check out our link in the description below for our Twitch page. We'd love to have you. And I'm not the tank.
Last palace fight was like no one saw that I jumped out before using my last melee ability as Red Mage. Is it possible that recommended gear sometimes doesn't work right?
Yeah, it is possible, but if nothing else, it's way better, and I'm glad we've got that system. Sometimes I'm like, what?
Nay, it was because they said we're doing nothing today, so why go?
Oh, you know what? It's your laugh, dude. Oh, thanks so much,
G2G
Adoc Saves the Day.
Thanks for the help.
Thanks for following us on Twitch. Thanks so much, dude. Glad you're here. Appreciate that.
As a 25 MRD, are there any must-have cross-class skills?
There's no more cross-class skills anymore. Yeah, and there's the cross-class system is gone, which is, I think, good in my opinion. And what you'll find is that everybody have protect. Yeah, with it, it comes down to more personal preference on your cross roll. I find as a tank, I take rampart and some just defensive up stuff. So I can look at my cross roll skills here in a little bit, but. At 25, well, I don't know if you've got...
and says 320 accessories are better than my 270 tank ones, Lias. Hello.
Hello. Ooh.
I liked the cross-class because it reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics with the job system and cross-class abilities.
I would, yeah, there was... I think maybe that's what they were thinking of it originally, but it ended up, after the fact, becoming something that really just didn't play out well. It would have been great to be like, okay, I want to take... I would love it to see maybe, like, traits or some, that kind of come into play. And I would, in fact, like, if y'all haven't done the PvP, you get to pick from several traits. And that seems like to offer more options for your builds than anything else, in my opinion. Find that, like, as a scholar, I can DPS.
I feel it should be PvP only.
I don't know. Like, I can see it. It's situational, but I don't equip it. I don't need it. Boom. Ah, we couldn't get it.
Used for that one DPS who stands in AO's XD.
Yeah. It's situational. Like I can see like synergies brought into it. Like if you know who and you're playing with in that regards, and just having that kind of relationship with them. It's up to you.
I wants GRT my Astro up there, but Pot is going to kill me.
You got to diversify, in my opinion. If you run the same stuff over and over again, the game's going to kill you. It's just going to be like, oh, I can't do it. And then if that's the case, then we lose out on the ability to have like a tank or a healer. It's like, you know, just try to find the right balance as best you can. Oh, I was out of that. Boo.
Woohoo, running off my battery backup.
Oh, wow.
Power just went out.
Wow. Good job for having a battery backup. Way to have redundancies.
This happens all the time. I work from home also, so have to be able to work when this happens.
Yep.
And of course play FFXIV. Time to run Lakshmi for dog and not get it waiting till I save 99 totems.
Like Shimi for... Oh, okay. I was like so confused for a second. I was like, what? Your dog needs Lakshmi? That's dedication. My dog has his own account. Yeah. Boom. Goodbye, buddy. Bum, bum, bum.
FF14 power going out on PS4 causes bug where you have to reinstall.
They apparently, or I don't know. I mean, Julie got hit by that same bug, but Sony just patched the PlayStation to ideally fix it. So hopefully they have. Woo. Can I get it off in time? Bow for the kill.
fix it. Oh yeah, let's not test that theory.
Morning, everybody.
Already reinstalled when I got my new PS4 Slim 1 TB.
Woot woot. My idea, like Julie and I have been talking about how to improve kind of the stream setup that we currently have going on, and it's like the only real solution is hardware. Like my dream, and I'm not going to hold out for it if it's never going to happen, but you got the Xbox One X coming out this November. I'm going to get one of those. And ideally, if 14 can come out for the Xbox, then it's like I can just use that to render the game. I can use my computer to render, obviously, the stream and the encoding and all the all that technical stuff, and that would be ideal. Ideal. Also, I think next week will be I'm going to try to figure out how I can stream some Destiny 2 because I got the beta kicking off, which would be exciting. I'm really looking forward to playing some of that. Played too much Destiny, too much. Show me bombs.
Xbox no by Brian, was nice knowing you.
Why the hate for such different systems? Like I don't understand it. I can understand like being a fan of one over another, but to be like, all right, oh, you mean you like the TurboGrafx 16? Get out of here. No longer friends. But if that's how you feel, I can respect it, my friend. I mean, I guess if you own stock, I could understand that. But I own stock in both companies, so...
XDNA, I was JK with ya IDC, it all plays same in my eyes.
Yeah, I know. I figured you were. Get those coins! Oh. Ah.
12 hours straight of Susano X has messed my hand up badly. Any
oh man.
advice?
Take a break. Take a break on that. Ice, maybe a little icy hot, like if you're treating it like a sports injury. What's up, yo? Thanks for joining us on Mixer, Murph guy. And good morning to you.
Take a break, my man.
Yeah. Let yourself heal, man. Let it heal. Bunches of ins and outs.
Seek any help needed from mental stress.
Okay, we got coins coming out. Oh, we got dragons as well.
Sports injury.
Pretty much. Ah. Come on. Come on, Yojimbo.
Tell Ferns THRN, yet I got a sports injury from 12 hours of FF. How are things here?
Things are going well, Murph. How are things going in your world? We're actually, this will be the conclusion of this morning bonus stream. I like the name. I always like the name Murph.
Alright. Just beat MSQ the other night.
Oh, congrats. Freaking awesome job, man. Oh, man. How about that last fight? I loved that last fight.
@MFGUI is now following.
Oh, alright. Thanks, Murph guy. Thanks for following. If you watch on Twitch as well.
Setting up a controller for this game, but I couldn't figure out how to assign skills to the LT and RT.
Yes. I can briefly show you after this. Because, yeah, it's all... Once you kind of get that, like, the system down, then it makes a lot of sense. Because you can always edit.
So good.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Pass on that. Another care. Oh, player com. Gonna give it to the red mage. Okay. So yeah, assigning skills without the use of a mouse is actually.
I don't does the Twitch.
Okay, that's fine.
Pretty ingrained in Mixer.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And that's why we multi-stream. All right, so actions and traits, like any action, even general. You can, for me, I set my kind of hotbar, I reset it, so I jump with square now, or X. Just hold it up there.
Time to play FF. I'll hit you up later, Brian.
All right, see you, Don. And then, and so my map and etc. kind of is Y. Now I made that, so usually that means, or triangle. So by default, those are actually reversed. So so typically jump would be your triangle, and your menu options and stuff would be X or square. Now, so just keep that in mind. I'll speak it in reverse because that's just how I know it, because that's just my preference. From an old school Final Fantasy player, I always kind of had that, on the Nintendo, which is they have the X button up at the top, which is the Switch controller. That's always where they kind of had the main menu. So I kind of kept that. I kind of keep that same kind of similar setup, even here in 14 today. So with that, under actions and traits, like if you wanted to assign an action, you press that menu button, and it's going to say.
You look familiar. You did the controller setup vids I watched.
That's awesome. Thanks for watching our videos, Murph guy. I appreciate that. And thanks for this is that's our Mixer page, which is where you're on. So So whenever you do that menu, you're going to see this like blue box right here. So it says like auto attack. Where am I going to assign it? You can press B, or circle to exit. So limit break. At this point, you need to hold either the left trigger or the right trigger to kind of assign it. So by holding down the I guess right bumper or R1, you can change your hotbars, to something else. So here's hotbar 3 where I'm going to put it.
Back into FF after a 1.5-year hiatus.
Well, welcome back, man. Glad to have you back in Final Fantasy. And so now, again, still in this edit mode, I can hold down the trigger, and then you press the button in which you want it to go to.
Was nice.
There I have assigned that to that area. Now, outside of going to a skill and assigning it, you can always even rearrange it. So if I'm holding down the trigger and I press the select button or the back button or whatever they decide to call it this generation, old schoolers like myself call it select. Or on the PlayStation, you actually press down on the little big button. We'll just call it that, and then you can edit the hotbar by holding down, and you set what skill you want and where you want it to go. Skill you want, where you want it to go. If you want to remove a skill, you press it, and then you press it again, and it's going to say, do you want to delete it from your hotbar? And you say yes, and it's gone. Press back or exit to close out of the editor. Again, you can get to the editor by holding the left trigger or right trigger, pressing the back or select button, and that will bring that up. And then from the actions and traits, you press your menu button, which would normally bring up your map, but here it will bring up the hotbar palette editor. And that's how you do that. Hopefully, let's see, I forgot who asked. Okay, that was Blitz Turnbite. Hopefully that helps Blitz you get over that hurdle, because I can totally understand, because there's so much like with the controller, like holding down the left bumper and then up and down on the right stick allows you to zoom in and out. Holding down left bumper and the select button will hide your UI. Holding left bumper and the start button will take pictures. So, so there's a lot you can do with it. Obviously, the L1 bumper when running auto runs.
Okay, thank you for explaining that.
Hey, no problem. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if it doesn't. Always, you can. We on our YouTube, we have an email. So you can always shoot us an email or comment on the videos. We try to get to all the comments. One of the things that I do find difficult about YouTube is sometimes I don't get notified of those comments. And so sometimes I'll be back in an old video, because I will see a comment and then I'm like, I see this whole thread of people asking questions and I feel horrible, because we do try to make sure that we are actively involved, because you guys are taking time out of your day to watch our videos. We should take some time to respond. So that's my opinion. Before we wrap up, that was a question. We've got Murph Guy over on Mixer. He doesn't do Twitch, and that's cool. I can respect that. Anybody who is obviously on YouTube can see the link in the description below. We'd love for you to follow us on Twitch in the future. We would love to kind of help build that platform up as well. And we thank you guys so much for your support in this regards. But I would love to any questions or comments you guys have before we wrap up the stream and I go to work. It's the part of the name, work to game. It just means balance in your life. You got to make sure that you take time to do everything. Anyway, I'm just going to hang out here for a minute. I guess I could check my retainers and we will see if you guys have it. Otherwise, we'll conclude. I want to make sure I give plenty of time in this monologue for you guys to ask away, as opposed to saying, you got any questions? Bye-bye.
Maybe a random question, but did you try the new classes yet?
Yes, I have played Red Mage and Samurai, and they are pretty interesting. I don't know them enough to give both an opinion and or advice on how to play them.
Brian, do you run your own free company?
I do. We are a small free company that, we're open to all, honestly, so if you're on Sargatanas, I think they're going to be opening...
Wake up, Maddie?
Yes, I can. I will wake up Maddie. It is, oh my gosh, 8:30, so it's time for her to get up. And so it's we're working, and we have kind of, we've been doing a lot of PvP on Wednesday, and you can actually see on our Twitch page, we kind of have a schedule that we set for, right now, only Wednesdays is what we've got set. Everything else is bonus, but we'll hopefully be kind of, streamlining that to where there is more of a, when we're going to be live, and doing, you know, content with 14, with, like, we did Titanfall 2 last night. I love that game. I don't love some of the systems that you have to get into the game, but the gameplay is just, you know, fantastic. And then we'll be doing some Destiny 2 next week, which is really going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Free Company in and of itself, we run it, and I'm hopeful that we're going to have some. So, you know, our issue has always been 7 is the magic number. Can't really find 8, so we've never gotten into Savage content because we can't find that 8th person who really wants it. And really, maybe the number 8 is the wrong number, and we should be looking for the number 12, just so that we can have alternates and make sure that we got enough covered. But that all being said, it is going to be an exciting time with Stormblood and with the expansions and with all the content that they've kind of teased and hinted at and things like that. So hopefully that answers your question. That was a long monologue for a simple yes. It's like, yep. Promised coffee, so second cup. All right, everybody. I think that should be enough time for y'all to get all your questions in. If not, no worries. We will be live again. Thanks so much for checking this out. I'm going to go wake up my daughter and check on my wife and see how that's going. And then I'm going to get some work done because I adult, I guess, from time to time. So thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Hey, everybody. Brian and Chuck here for Work the Game. Chuck wants to tell you that you should totally subscribe to the channel.
Thank you.
And that you should totally hit that like button.
Adulting.
Oh, and then we also got t-shirts on sale for some reason. That's a little bit mean, Chuck. I'm not crazy.